Welcome to Married to Movies. Industry insiders John Russell and Tracy Kring live and work happily in cinematrimony. They're sharing behind-the-scenes adventures of writing, producing, and appreciating films.
Good morning, babe.
Good morning, babe.
Well, it's very rainy and dark outside.
We are doing our podcast from Zeus's asshole this morning. I don't know what's going on. You know, when you're talking about Zeus and Apollo and Ares and all that, those are Greek.
Okay.
The Roman are the planets. So the equivalent of Zeus is Jupiter.
That's nobody ever explained that to
This
me.
is how we get our planet names.
Nobody ever explained that.
Yes.
Thank you.
There you go. Saturn, who was the equivalent of Ares.
I wouldn't say you're the authority on the subject.
Well, I'm the authority in the room, apparently.
In the room.
Yes.
In the room. You are. You are.
If you're the smartest person in the room, get out of that room.
Right.
You don't feel good today.
Yeah, I feel like I have felt like crap the past several
Well, I'm sorry about that.
podcasts.
That's
It's
what
just like
several
Sunday is not my day.
Is this
evidently.
having an effect on you doing the podcast?
No, I think Sundays are not great for me.
Oh, well.
We should consider maybe doing it on Thursdays from now on, and I think I'd be in a better space. I take a medication on Friday night
Okay.
that really has been wrecking me.
Is it heroin?
No, not like that lady you saw in New York City yesterday.
Okay, folks, this is the most ridiculous thing ever. I'm walking down. It wasn't like, Broadway, but it was just like one of those little off
It's not
streets.
far from the Javits Center.
No, right. Just right around the corner from the Javits Center. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking back to my parking, which I had to pay $70 for, by the way. Oh my God. Because it was event parking.
Well, that's better than a $95 ticket.
Yeah, that's right. Good point. There's a homeless woman there, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm about to, pull out $1, and I see her, and she's like, with her arm, and she's like doing this. And I'm like, what is she? Looks like she's looking for a vein. And then she pulls out a motherfucking hypodermic needle. And in that needle, a brown liquid. Full-on heroin shooter right there on the street, man.
I rarely see any shady, nefarious shit going on.
Right.
Because there's like cops at every corner.
Yeah, man, she didn't care, man.
Yeah.
She did. She is.
Walker cools the other side of my pillow, but you ain't showing me shit.
Exactly. She was looking for Mr. Brownstone. Yeah.
Yeah, in front of a brownstone.
She Mr. Brownstone in front of a brownstone. Very well said. Okay.
No, I feel like the way that the rest of the country reports on New York.
On New York, yeah.
Is like so.
It's ridiculous.
Over the top. It's like.
It's completely ridiculous.
The whole rest of the country is like an overwrought girlfriend who jumps to conclusions.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right?
I can see that. Yeah.
Or overwrought boyfriend who jumps to conclusions. So
that's right.
It's like, if we're getting an inch of snow, they're like, it's a blizzard of epic proportions. They're going to be buried. If it's like a hurricane's coming through, basically the whole island of Manhattan's going to break off from the rest of the state.
Exactly.
But
like, it's one of the biggest cities in the world. What do you expect?
Well, I really like whenever it's like late at night and you're walking like the sidewalk, especially like in Chinatown. To me, Chinatown is like what the New York of the 80s could have been like.
Right.
Like the smells and the trash and the fish heads.
I love watching one of those like real New York movies from like between like 1978 and like 1983. And it's like, oh man, we missed the cool New York.
Yeah, like when the Peep shows were in Times Square and stuff. What?
Well,
so crazy.
Well, I'm interested in seeing Maxine, but it's really interesting to me because there are movies that I get really excited about. Oh, I really want to go see that movie.
Right.
And then I see them on television, and I'm like, I'm really glad I didn't go see that movie.
Was Immaculate at the theater?
Yeah, Immaculate was very big in the theater.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
It
was at exactly the same time as The First Omen.
Well, here's the thing. They're very similar.
They are. Okay, wait. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. We're going to spoiling it.
I don't care
I know you don't care about spoils.
So they're basically the same movie.
I mean, not Not real. Yeah.
It's about like
in
pregnant
general.
nuns.
Yeah, pregnant nuns. Yes.
Okay.
Pregnant against their will. Yes.
Yeah, which is very 1970s.
Yes.
The idea of this.
It's
like
very Rosemary's Baby.
I don't understand
it's very,
like how this has resurfaced so heavily that we have to get women pregnant with Satan babies.
Well, this one wasn't Satan though. This was Jesus baby.
Oh, well, I guess that's not any different, really.
Well, yeah. Well, it's no different if you don't want it. That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't matter if it's Satan baby or Jesus baby. If you didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the end of this movie, she's just like, well, fuck that baby. You know, she's just like, forget about it.
You cannot spoil that. I'm glad that we saw The First Omen at the drive-in and not Immaculate, because Immaculate was way too dark.
That's true.
To see at the drive-in.
It was beautiful. Immaculate was beautiful. I really loved it.
I would say it was prettier.
Oh, it was.
It was more artistic.
More artistic.
But
the music was great.
And I like Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney
but
is
what was
really
she doing in that movie?
It's a weird choice because she is so modern. There's something so sort of like, you know, Instagram girl about her. And when you turn her into a nun
on Call the Midwife, the head nun, Sister Julianne, is actually from American Werewolf in London.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, she was hot in there.
Okay, but look, like she's old now.
She's like she was like the
but she was
she was like the ultimate dirty nurse in that.
Exactly, but she's gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, look at her in that movie. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now she's the lead nurse, and then you've got
I didn't realize that was her.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
And you've got some other nuns that are very sweet, very cute. You got older, fat nuns.
Right.
It's like, I think the whole cute, pretty nun has been usurped by pornography.
Oh, sure. Of course.
So the whole time I'm watching it, and it's very beautiful.
Right.
But I'm also kind of like waiting for someone to like pull her habit off and start molesting her.
Keep going. You want to know a good example of a nun?
What?
Andrea Martin in Evil. She very much seems like a nun in that show.
Yeah, but she like started out in comedy or something.
Andrea Martin goes all the way back, folks. If you know that story that Paul Schaefer tells about like the ultimate Godspell that had Dave Thomas and Andrea Martin and Martin Short.
Oh wow, that was her?
Yeah, that was her.
Oh wow, okay.
Yes.
Wacky.
And SCTV. I also looked her up. She has more Tony Award nominations for musicals than anyone else in history.
Wow.
And on Evil, she's like this badass nun who is the only one who actually sees demons.
Like she sees demons, but it's really cool because
she just walks around with shears. I mean,
but it's not like they're hurting her a lot. And like most of the time she's able to be the aggressor and they're kind of powerless.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lures them with marshmallows. I don't know. I'm going to be really sad. I keep wondering how they're going to wrap this show up.
It is the final season of Evil, and we are huge fans of the show. I've never seen a show quite. The closest thing I would say would be the X-Files. But it still feels, I don't know, it still feels more subversive than the X-Files.
Yeah, because you've got science and psychology, you got science, medicine, and religion all mixing.
This trio that they created
is so good.
Of Katja Albers,
and like they really care about each other.
Asif Manvi, and the guy who plays Luke Cage. I don't ever know his name, but he's the guy who plays Luke Cage.
No, he's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I want to bring something up, though. There's this guy who thinks that he has a doppelganger who's like trying to possess him.
Yes!
And each one of the characters look up their own doppelganger.
Yeah, they have it. There's a website. It's like
Doppel.
Find Your Doppel.
Find Your Doppel.
Find Your Doppel, yes.
So, they look up the Luke Cage guy, and he's got like this like MMA fighter, this like, get ripped
like
kind of
sexy
guy. She has one because she's from Amsterdam originally. She has one that like sings in Dutch and is like a party girl.
Right.
And then
she has a doppel.
Yeah, yes. She has a doppel. And then the other, the sciencey guy, what's his name?
Asif Manvi.
Yeah. he has like he's got a little family and a
little
kid.
family somewhere, yeah.
And then of course the Luke Cage guy is like MMA guy.
Yeah.
So a friend of ours, shout out, posted a picture.
Yes.
And I thought he was posting a picture that like he had been with you somewhere crazy and taken a picture of you.
Just one of those wild nights
and you
over
had, like, gold pants and like thigh-high boots.
I mean, it looked like something I might wear.
Yeah. Well, like to try on.
In a silly mood. Yeah, like a costume. Yeah.
But it wasn't you. And I was like, holy crap, when did Josh get that picture? And then I was like, wait. It really
looked like
that's not John.
It was not as cool as the other doppels, but it really looked like me.
But I was like, he also has like weird taste in clothing.
Yeah, that was always...
Even though that movie's not awesome.
Well, I question some of the casting choices.
Well, I feel like all of the Stephen King movies could get remade now because like he is who he is now.
That's true. Yeah, and maybe we would get some better movies. Maybe Maximum Overdrive is a great story that just got made with a terrible cast.
If you did Maximum Overdrive
without Emilio Estevez.
No, like the way that Furiosa or fucking Fury Road were made.
Yeah.
Then that would be an awesome movie.
Yes.
And we did see Furiosa.
We did see Furiosa. And
well, actually, I was like, okay, I'm going to hurry up and finish editing my scenes.
Right.
You're going to come home. We'll have some chicken.
That's another one of those movies we were going to see in the theater. And maybe.
It's Anya.
It's probably Anya then.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, geez. I think she only has 30 lines in the whole movie.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved her in it. Okay, but what the hell was going on the first 15, 20 minutes in that movie?
There's I don't know.
I don't understand.
It was like the CGI looked really bad.
Well, it
for the
felt
first
like
20 minutes.
They were doing the Mandalorian thing.
Yeah, but it didn't even look as good as the Mandalorian.
Hell no.
It felt like that whole LED wall. I don't know what it was, but it was a absolute mess. And we were almost maybe going to turn it off. And then
I was ready to turn it off.
That shit kicked into gear.
Well, the big fight scene things, big chases and stuff,
oh my
they
God.
were very long.
They were incredible though.
They were great. They had some new stuff.
Super cool new stuff. I mean, just with like the glider and the parachute and this whole probably one of the greatest action sequences I've ever seen in my life. Better than the last one.
Yeah.
What did you think of
what's that guy?
Is it Hemsworth?
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth
as Dementis. Why did he need a fake nose? Like
the nose started out as distracting. And then I got used to the nose.
Yeah, but like why I think the nose looked better when he had gray hair.
Oh, interesting.
But why did he need that nose?
Well, also when he became Red Dementis, I think it also looked better.
Yeah,
it was like at the
beginning.
Once again, it was the beginning where we were having the issue with sort of the fakeness of everything. That was where the nose looked bad.
Yeah, it did.
And then it started to, I thought he was having a ball. I mean, I thought it was a great character.
Yeah. I mean, I liked the War Boys. One thing that I didn't kind of realize in the Fury Road, which came out first.
Right.
Whenever she's driving that tanker around, right? Furiosa.
Right.
I didn't really understand what she was driving.
Oh, what she's driving, yeah.
Like, I thought it was like
well, there's different stuff. Yeah, there's different stuff.
But she goes between all these other camp cities.
Right. Bullet Town, Gas Town.
Maybe.
Or it's Bullet something. It's like Bullet City or something.
Hey, it's interesting because I just
Bullet Farm.
I just thought of it in Thunderdome, actually, how they're called Bartertown.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I just thought of that.
Okay, see, he's created a whole world here.
Yeah. Which you don't like Thunderdome,
no,
but
I don't.
It's my favorite.
I don't like Thunderdome. No.
Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
No.
You don't like it?
No.
You just don't like the poop.
I don't like the poop.
And I feel like the poop is probably the most sensical energy source. Because you're always creating it.
It's very funny when you're watching a movie with Tracy and she's just like, they're just wasting so much gas right there. When they're just firing off their...
Why are they just firing
their flamethrowers?
They're like firing things. But I did think, well, maybe I feel like they've modded all these cars to probably be more gas efficient, which I guess is not like tough. But I think that's why these cars look so different. They're modded and stripped down for their weight and stuff like that. Oh,
okay. Interesting. But with larger engines, wouldn't that make them less gas efficient? Because they have the huge, crazy engines.
Yeah, I know. But I think that they probably also modified them in some way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like that big thing that they create.
Right.
The big, what's it called? The big thing that Furiosa ends up driving, the big silver truck thing.
Right.
With the tankers.
Right.
Like,
War wagon.
Yeah. They're like, the radiator blows.
Right.
And they're like, Piss Boy.
Yeah, there's Piss Boy. That's his job. He's known as Piss Boy.
The radiator. And he's got like jugs on him full of pee.
I need like a little movie just about how one becomes Piss Boy. What are your duties as Piss Boy?
I mean, you have to collect all the pee.
You go collect pee from everybody.
Well, and earlier...
And you have to stand there while they're peeing. And what about girls?
Well, there are no war boys that are girls.
That's true. It is a fairly misogynistic society George Miller's created.
Well, hey, if they want to like create these drug-addled war boys and kill them all and run over them, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But Piss Boy is like... So obviously the radiators accept piss.
Yes.
And
which I've seen before in films before. Interior, space shuttle, space. Emmeline powers down the warp drive and sets a timer for her repair. She runs to the airlock and unseals the door. She puts on her helmet and drags her tool bag to the outside hatch. She pushes the release and steps out into what seems like a fog bank. The ship is stopped in the middle of a rainbow nebula. She attaches a safety line from the ship and holds onto her canvas bag as she steps into the haze. She's surrounded by color as she moves around the outside of the ship, searching for the problem. As she moves her hand in front of her, what seemed like fog is actually tiny silver particles. She writes her name with her finger in the air. It appears and dissolves. She keeps flying through the silver murk and spies the damage around the communications tower. Pulling the rope out of her bag, she glides over to the dish and grabs onto the hull of the ship with her one available hand. She ties the bag to it so it's free floating. Emmeline reaches inside and pulls out the tools she will need to complete the repair. Interior shuttle space. Robbie is inside the airlock, patiently awaiting Emmeline's return. Emmeline appears out of the silver mist in the window and re-enters the ship. She sets down her bag and takes off her spacesuit, putting her uniform back on.
Emmeline, that was an amazing 5 years. How many dog years is that?
Arf! Arf! Arf!
Okay, we don't have that much time.
The light blinks and goes solid when it's reestablished signal. Emmeline makes her way over to the computer console and types.
Play back the last 10 seconds of unsent message. I don't know how many bears are around anymore, but we have zoos, which are kind of prisons for animals, and we could show you videos. Send message. Send message.
Message sent.
Restart AlcuBear Drive.
Incoming distress signal.
Cancel restart. Source of distress signal.
Unknown.
Distance to signal.
173,000 miles.
Estimated time non-warp travel.
45 minutes.
Change course to intercept. Maybe it's a robot.
Arf! Arf!
It's another 4 or 5 years, but it could be what we're looking for. We can't not find out.
Robbie lays down on his side for belly scratches. Emmeline grabs the drive joystick and turns. Interior shuttle space. The Lyra approaches a ship. It's identical to the one that Emmeline is piloting. It seems devoid of life. As the Lyra circles, a light from the ship illuminates its name on the hull. Cygnus. The Lyra couples with the Cygnus.
Emmeline, Robbie, check database for Cygnus. Who's the pilot?
Robbie projects an image in front of Emmeline. It's a picture of Matthew. Interior shuttle space. The sound of the airlock interrupts them, and a figure walks onto the Lyra. Matthew is 20 years older and stands in front of the duo. I can't believe you stopped.
What happened? Why are you off course?
Matthew starts wandering around her ship, comparing it to his own. Emmeline follows. I hit something. Nothing's worked right since. I have minimum thrust and navigation. I've tried to fix what I can, but I was never that great at repairs. It looks like the nano diamond battery is damaged and that's putting stress on other systems. Since I couldn't finish the mission, I aimed the Cygnus to intercept with the next closest ship I could. I've been heading towards you for 3 years, but I never thought you'd hear me.
I stopped to fix my communications. That's how I picked you up. You've grown.
I tried a beard for a while, but it got scratchy. Matthew looks into the Lyra's garden area. He pulls a bean from a vine.
How's your garden?
Yours is definitely better than mine.
Matthew falls to his knees. Emmeline runs over to him.
I'm all right. I think I'm just getting used to your atmosphere over mine. It smells so fresh. He looks at Emmeline.
We need to get back on course. I'm losing yours.
What about my signal?
I'm listening.
I think we should change objectives and head towards my signal.
Why?
Before everything went wrong, I received a ping back. It was faint, but there was something out there. We should head towards mine.
Is that it?
That's where we should be going.
My mission was a well-vetted possibility. I won't abort for a faint ping that could have been any number of things.
Are you saying I don't know what I'm doing?
If you want to be rescued, understand, this is my ship. We will get back on my course. If you want to come and be a part of that, you can.
You're more bossy now.
I'm not a kid. I have a responsibility. Are you coming with me or not? This is wasting time.
Yes.
Welcome aboard the Lyra. We need to harvest anything on the Cygnus that might be of use.
We're going to just abandon the Cygnus?
Without your warp drive functioning, I'm dragging it. It's an anchor.
We would have twice as much everything. Food, spare parts, personal space. We don't know if one shuttle can sustain 2 people.
We also don't know if one shuttle can haul another or enter warp bubble. The most likely scenario is it slows me down. The point of this mission is to get as far and close as I can get it.
I think you're underestimating, and we should try it.
I'm the captain. I say no. It's time to gut your ship.
So, Tracy.
Yeah?
I noticed there are some things over there just out of frame.
Okay.
And I'm a little bit confused why you have them. How about that for a setup, folks?
So, this is what happened. I have never bought anything on TikTok Shop, right?
Never?
No, never.
Okay.
I've never really been convinced.
Okay, you need to bring them a little bit further over so people can see just how many things
I'll do
you
this.
have here. Okay.
I have 4 things.
4 things. Well, I'm only seeing 2. There we go. Now I'm getting them all. Okay.
Now, I love smelly good things for the house, and that's what I call them, smelly goods.
Maverick's Fragrance Upholstery Deodorizer.
Originally, this was a candle company, Mavwicks.
Okay.
Mavwicks. And it's run by this lady who's really good at social
Silly
media.
Mavwick. Twix are for kids.
Well, she's really good at social media.
Right.
Everybody was so over the moon about these carpet and upholstery fresheners.
Mm-hmm.
And people are putting it down, and they're kind of small, they're kind of small.
How much did all 4 of those cost you?
Well, they're $6 a piece.
Okay.
When I bought them.
That doesn't sound that bad.
No, it's for $6.
Yeah, it's like a candle.
It's like
Yeah.
$24.
Yeah.
I got free shipping,
Yeah.
Whatever. So I tried them. Well, they came here and I was super excited because everybody's like, oh, it made my house smell so good for so long.
I would just like to point out, when I open them up, it's a lovely smell.
Yeah.
It's a lovely smell.
Well, especially from all the stuff that was dumped out of them
Mm-hmm.
in transit because they had absolutely no packing.
Oh, interesting.
Right?
Okay.
I mean, these are
I
just
didn't know
plastic. They're just you can tell they're just cheap
Are
plastic.
they 4 different?
4 different? Well, there's 3 different scents because I got 2 of one because everybody loved that one so much. I think I got 2 Brazilian Summers.
Okay.
And then I got an Enchanted Rogue and a Volcanic.
And have you tried these out, Tracy?
Okay, so I was super excited as soon as I got them, opened them all up. I went on the other side of the house and sprinkled it all on the carpet.
Just sprinkled it like crazy.
I was like, yippee, yippee.
I wouldn't even say it was a sprinkle. I'd say it was a pour.
I
You
was
were letting that
pouring it
thing
on the
go.
carpet.
Yeah.
I didn't smell a damn thing.
Not a goddamn thing.
And also,
Nothing.
when I looked at it on my carpet, I was like, what in the hell is this? It looks like weird. It's cylindrical shapes.
Okay.
Now, see, I was expecting a powder.
Yes.
Because honestly, the baking soda is usually the main ingredient of.
This is what we usually use. Right here.
Oh,
we
hold on.
make our own.
I've got this container from
Right.
a takeout place.
Right.
I poked holes in it and I do my own essential oils.
Essential oils and baking soda.
And baking soda.
Yeah.
It's
it works great.
it's like a container like this
Right,
costs
so
about
this-
60 cents.
Yeah, that's
60 cents.
right. As opposed to $24.
Yeah. And I mean, we have dogs, we've got carpet everywhere. We need some freshening up.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, well, hey, these are great if these smell really good and last a long time. Okay, but I will upload a picture of what this powder looks like, if you could call it a powder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looks like some sort of like food for insects or something. It's
it's like that stuff that we have that cuts the insects up.
Well,
that,
diatomaceous earth actually looks more like clay, like ground clay.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is like got weird, almost like hundreds and thousands, like sprinkles you put on ice cream.
Yes.
Some of the shapes in that are like that, but smaller.
Okay.
It is not a powder.
Let me see.
See, open the lid and see if you can see what it looks like.
Let's see what this is.
Look at the shape of it. Like, put it on the table and look at the shape of it.
Okay.
Just,
It's like that.
You see how it's shaped?
Yeah.
It's like it would be a confetti.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. It's not a powder.
I mean, that has almost no smell to it.
No.
I mean, that just...
And if anything, it smells kind of chemically.
Yeah, it's just, no.
And
what the
I mean,
fuck is that?
it looks like when you were a kid and you would scratch at lead paint.
That's probably not good.
Well, I have probably the strongest one was volcanic, and I think it's like citrusy.
Right.
But
maybe that's the one I smelled.
This one.
Maybe that's the one I smelled before.
No, that's the same one.
Yeah, it's just okay. So, you wanted your money back.
Okay, so I'm like, ugh, God, that smells like straight up citric acid.
Okay.
Or like maybe those fun dips. When you were a kid and you had the fun dip.
Okay, kids.
Smell this.
Oh, God, what'd you do? Tracy! Look at Tracy made a mess.
I didn't have the lid on good.
That's going to kill us all.
Oopsie.
Look at all that.
Here,
mess.
I was trying to... You smell this one.
Okay. All right. That was
I don't even want it on my hands because I have no idea what it is made out of. I'll just put this in here. I wasn't happy with this. And even though it only cost $24, I'm the kind of person who's like, I don't like wasting.
Tracy hates wasting money.
Well, I hate wasting money, but I also hate wasting resources. I hate wasting, whatever. So,
we're about to see you like morph into some form of mutant here.
Oh, fudge. I really gotta clean this shit up now. Oh my gosh. It's not that it smells. It's not that. It's that it's like in my nose.
Tracy, it looks like you're cutting cocaine.
Yeah, I know, right?
Exactly.
Do not snort this. I have no idea.
Kids, do not. No. This is not Fun Dip.
No, this is like straight up asbestos. I go on TikTok shop or whatever, and I'm like, return. Okay?
Return.
Then I have to say why.
Right.
Well,
because it's a piece of shit.
Of the choices, piece of shit, it's like not wanted anymore. It arrived damaged, blah, blah, blah. It's a defective product.
Right. That should never have been made.
It's supposed to be like you put it on your carpet and it smells good.
It's supposed to do this, and it does none of these things.
So therefore,
it's defective.
Yes. So I put on all four. They're defective. Okay.
Right.
And one thing, the shipping had already given me a $10 credit in my TikTok shop.
Okay.
Because these were late.
Because they're late.
But they actually didn't arrive late.
So you already got $10 that you can spend on yet another defective item in the future.
Yeah, probably. Right. So that was a bonus.
Right.
So then after I said these are all defective, I said to refund it. And then I got a thing that said, don't bother sending it back. You can keep it.
Right.
But we'll refund your money.
So, in conclusion, you got $10 back in your TikTok shop.
Yeah.
You got all of the defective items still.
Yeah.
And you got your money back.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, hold on. And at Walmart, they gave me like a tiki torch can.
Right.
But it didn't have like the screw on top. So you're just going to blow yourself up if you use it. I had the Glade plugins, which I know they're toxic, but they smell good and I have company coming. So I bought too many of those.
Right.
Because I don't have enough plugins in the house free to plug 6 in. I only have plugins for 4. So I wanted to send a package of 2 back. So I did that return and it said, just keep it. We'll refund your money. So I'm like, what is money anymore?
What is money?
And then I got this notification where you could do a Stars subscription. And it was like, Stars is always trying to get people to watch their damn channel.
Right.
Poor things. God bless them. And they were offering Stars subscription 6 months for $20.
Okay.
Okay. So that's like $3.33 a month.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So all the things you're going to watch on there, it's obvious no one but Stars is making money off of that. It's obvious with that price, they are not able to pay squat to anybody. Just like Spotify.
Right.
The people on Spotify are making pennies.
0.00001 cent per stream. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so people are making things for millions and millions of dollars, acting in it, wanting residuals from it, wanting profit shares from it. Right. And Stars is just auctioning it off for $3.33 a month.
What is money?
What is money anymore? I don't understand. Like, I'm not talking about we have to be on the gold standard. I'm just saying.
I think you're saying that. I think you're turning libertarian on me, Tracy. Back to the gold standard.
If I can buy products, make money off of having bought them and get to keep them, even though I don't want them.
Right.
I could technically resell these now.
Look, this has all
make even more money.
This has everything to do with shipping. It has to do with,
it's like the only people getting rich are the post office.
Yeah, and they're not getting rich. They're always having to raise the cost of stamps.
I will say, because I started watching this woman, you know, she's very good at social media. I started watching her TikToks, and she said that she had 70,000 orders one day.
Wow.
And that the post office said, we will no longer be shipping your products.
Right. Because they're defective.
No, because I mean, that's so many orders to drop off. Can you imagine your local post office?
And imagine
75,000 boxes?
How many of those people are going to be so disappointed in this product.
It is whoever is out there saying this shit and looking at this and saying it's okay to put in your home. I have no idea what this is made out of, even though it says what it is on here. I don't believe it. Powders that are on this label do not look like that. Yeah. They do not look like tiny little sprinkles.
This has been our PSA to not buy.
Well, you know,
what's it
my
called?
mom.
I don't know.
Mavwicks. My mom bought a lot of cheap wigs, and they were cheap, but they look cool.
I remember James Garner, and he was in Mavwick.
Yes, Mel Gibson was in Mavwicks.
That's what Jodie Foster was in Mavwick.
One of my favorite Jodie Foster lines is actually from Summersby.
Okay, and what is it?
Which was like, because I never loved him like I love you.
Okay, now can we do it like, because I never loved him like I loved you.
Because I never loved him like I love you.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay, now let me clean this up before I puke.
It's hard not to get romantic about movies. Thanks for listening to Married to Movies. John and Tracy will meet you for breakfast tomorrow.